Oh, that's great. Love it. Hi and welcome back. So today we are learning why American culture is so unique, especially in the world with all of the other cultures that we have. And we learn this with Speak English with Vanessa. So if you don't want to speak English better, although I think you do already pretty fine, then check her out. And before we check this video out, please make sure to hit a like and a subscribe. That would help me so much on our way to 75k. Thank you so much for this. And now let's get right into the video.
Hi, I'm Vanessa from SpeakEnglishWithVanessa.com. Do you know these very American things? Let's talk about it. Do 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 do. Do you know this song?
No.
Most Americans immediately recognize this tune, even though my poor singing.
Tell me in the comments, where is it from? I mean, there are probably many sounds that are similar to this, but this sound in particular, I have never heard.
You're immediately able to recognize this song because it is a common feature of American culture. So today I would like to help you learn 10 common things. Some of them are expressions, some of them are activities, some of them are cultural elements that all Americans know, and you should too. Now, of course, the US is an incredibly diverse place with a lot of people who have various backgrounds.
Yeah.
So this might not apply to...
That is one great thing about the US, right? That it's so diverse for one country, you know? Of course, in Europe, we have many different countries that are diverse when you compare them to each other. But in one country, I think there's no country that's more diverse than the US, which is a very great thing.
Everyone. I can't speak for all people living in the United States, but these are generally known things in the US that it's kind of fun to be able to know as well. So let's get started with the first one. And to help you remember everything that you learned in this very American lesson, you can download the free PDF worksheet that I've made
I don't think we need
so
this.
that you can answer almost all Americans know what it is. If I asked you, what are you doing for the 4th? Would you know what I mean? You might look at your calendar and say,
To be honest, probably before I started doing these videos, I would have been the 4th. I mean, the 4th of March or the 4th of April. But you know, now when I'm speaking with an American, of course, I know what you're talking about. The 4th of July, of course.
November 4th? December 4th? No, when someone asks you, what are you doing for the 4th, they always mean July 4th. And that's because July 4th is the American Independence Day. And we usually just shorten this to the 4th. What are you doing for the 4th? I'm going to the lake for the 4th. I'm not really doing anything for the 4th, but maybe I'll try to find some fireworks. We often shorten Independence Day or July 4th to just the 4th. And now you know that too. If I said to you, whoa, I just found a Benjamin on the street. I can't believe it.
Probably Benjamin Franklin. I don't know which note this is. Is this 50 or is it 100? But probably a dollar bill.
Would you think that I found a guy named Benjamin on the street and I just feel so excited? Maybe he's my long lost friend? Nope. If I said I found a Benjamin on the street, that means...
But do you actually say this? Because I've never heard in one of the shows or anything like this. I mean, they also don't find so often money on the streets, but do you actually say this?
It's a $100 bill.
100, okay.
And that's because...
Please hit like and subscribe. It would help me so much. Thank you.
Benjamin Franklin is the guy who's on the $100 bill. So if you say, oh man, I really just need to earn some Benjamins this weekend, I need to pay my rent, I'm falling behind, that means you need to make several $100s. It's just slang for $100. So I hope for you, you find a Benjamin on the street someday. That would be amazing. If my husband Dan said, did you eat the last piece of cake? I might say, I plead the 5th. Oh,
Fifth Amendment, maybe? That you don't need to say something against yourself or something like this?
What is happening here? Am I telling him that I'm guilty, or am I telling him I'm not guilty? I didn't do it. Well, this expression, I plead the fifth, has to do with the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution. And that means that I don't need to tell you.
I got it!
Because maybe it will hurt me in a court of law later. This is a very legal type of statement, but we often use this in daily conversation to say, yes, but I don't want to tell you. So when my husband asks me, did you eat the last piece of cake? And I say, I plead the fifth. He knows, yes, Vanessa ate it, but she doesn't want to tell me. So you can use this very American expression when you want to tell someone yes, but maybe you feel embarrassed to tell them yes directly. You can just say, I plead the fifth. Great expression. In 2004, I was a senior.
Oh yeah, I get always confused with your high school things. Like, what is freshman? I think is it the first year? I don't even know how many years do you have in high school, middle school. I just know that you have in total like 12. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
Does this mean I was old in 2004? What if I told you also that in 2008 I was also a senior? If you're an American, you can probably
This is now college then?
guess that this means I was in high school in 2004 and I was in college in 2008. A senior means you are in your last year of high school or your last
so
year.
high school is 4 years. Okay, I know there's then also like something like junior high school, and it's just the 4 years before. Tell me in the comments. I get always confused with your high school things.
Of college. So in the US, we often have terms for first, second, third, and fourth year in high school and in college. So if you are in 9th grade, you are a freshman.
But how do you know when it is senior in high school and when it is senior in college? Because it was both times the same sentence, literally. Or is it just from context? Or how do you know this?
If you are in 10th grade, you're a sophomore. Notice that the O in the middle of this word is silent, sophomore. If you're in 11th grade, you are a junior. We could say, I'm in my junior year. I'm a junior. And if you're in 12th grade, so the final grade of high school, you're a senior. And this type of system also applies to college. You are a freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior in college, especially when you go to a 4-year college, these type of terms apply. So it's quite common that when you are a senior, you think you are much better than freshmen. Oh, I was never so small. They're so much like just little children, those freshmen.
More the other way around. We're always wondering, why do they get always bigger every year, those juniors? You know, they literally, I mean, I'm also not a very big person or a very tall person. I literally was like, why is this guy that is 6 years younger than me as tall as I am? Some of them were even taller.
Freshmen, we are seniors. I think this is pretty common in high school that you see the people who are younger than you as so much younger. I wasn't like that when I was a freshman, but really you were. So this type of system is quite common in the US, and now you know about it too. When you arrive in the US, you will probably need to fill out a visa form, and at the bottom of the visa, you need to sign your John Hancock.
Is this your signature, maybe?
Is your name John Hancock? Well, if it is, you definitely need to do that. But this term, sign your John Hancock, just means your signature. There's a little bit of American history behind this because John Hancock was a guy who signed his name big and large on the Declaration of Independence. So it was kind of a bold statement where...
Look at how beautiful those signatures were back in the day. I don't know, is this an H? Yeah. Oh, that looks very beautiful. Oh.
These colonists in the United States or in the Americas told England, we want to have independence. And it's a pretty big statement. Maybe there's some treason involved, so it's kind of scary to say, I'm someone who supports this.
Okay.
But John Hancock signed his name really large on that document. So it was bold and courageous. It was a big move. So because of this, his name is synonymous now with a signature. Sign your John Hancock. Put your John Hancock here. We don't always do.
Also a great way to never get forgotten, right? I mean, I don't know if this guy does otherwise or did otherwise very significant things, but you still are spoken about like 250 years later. Wait, isn't next year like 250 years in the United States? Yes, it is. Oh my God, we will celebrate.
Use this instead of signature, but you will definitely hear this, and it's steeped in American history. And now you can use it too. Now we have two fun American idioms. One is if I said to you, you shouldn't buy a new car. If you buy a used car, you get more bang for your buck.
Better price, we would say price Leistung, which means price to power or price to price to efficiency, something like this, that you just get more for what you pay for.
This expression, bang for your buck, kind of includes two American concepts. One is buck, which is slang for dollars. And the other one, bang, doesn't necessarily relate to guns, but I know guns are kind of culturally linked to the US. So we get this idea that you can get a great value for your money if you buy a used car. So you might say, yeah, you should get a used car. It's more bang for your buck. Don't get a new car. It's better to get a used car. This is a great expression. More bang for your buck. When I was growing up, before we left for school almost every morning, it was pretty common for my sister and I to fight over...
Shotgun, of course. Sorry, that was also a thing in Germany. And I don't know what I think you needed to do this. Something like this, yeah? Shotgun, so that you are either out of something, so that you don't have to do it, or that you are in on something, for example, whatever. Yeah, when you were like kids, it was always so cool to sit in the front, so that you were like the one that sits in the front.
Who said shotgun first? Why were we trying to beat each other to say shotgun? What's that mean? Does that mean we want to carry a shotgun? Does that mean we were going hunting or shooting? No.
America! Our kids get shotguns too!
Instead, shotgun is the passenger seat. And for some reason, this is the most desirable seat in the car when you're not the driver.
Really? Oh, so you use this just for this one? Because we used it for like everything. If you don't want to do anything, or if you want to do something, you say just shotgun, and then you're out of it or, on it.
Driver. So kids, I guess not too young, but high schoolers or older kids always want to call shotgun. And we use that expression, I call shotgun, or just saying shotgun. And that means that's my seat. I claim it. And this was really common, especially with siblings, even with friends too, that before you get in the car, if you're not the driver, you'd say, I call shotgun. Well, maybe now you can call shotgun too. Have you ever eaten the most tasty bonfire treat in the entire world? This is something I look forward to every time we have a bonfire. It is s'mores. S'mores.
Marshmallows.
This is something I didn't realize was very American.
Oh wait, toasted marshmallows and square of chocolate? Okay, no, I have never seen this.
Until I was talking to some international friends and they said, what? We just toast marshmallows. What do you put with them?
or bread. We have like bread dough and we put it on a steak, and then that means stick bread, Stockbrot.
So let me explain to you a delicacy, something amazing that has a special place in my heart. First, you have a graham cracker. This is a special type of cookie, even though it's called cracker. It's quite sweet. And then we have a piece of chocolate. So we often buy some Hershey's chocolate, break off a piece, put it on the graham cracker, and when you're having a bonfire...
This is not very hard to... Oh, wait, do you need to hold it all the time? Or how does this work? Does it not get hot?
You set that close to the fire, not too close, but close enough that the chocolate gets a little soft. And then you take a stick and 2 marshmallows. You could do 1, but 2 is better. And you
German efficiency.
toast them over the fire very carefully to make sure that they don't explode into flames. Some people like that. Personally, I like them to be perfectly toasted, and it is an art form, let me tell you. So you toast them, and then when they're toasted, you put them on the chocolate, and you take another piece of a graham cracker, and you slide the marshmallows off, and there you have the perfect s'more. Okay. Toasty, warm, melty, gooey, so perfect. So the next time
I need to try this, but therefore I need to get Hershey's chocolate.
At a bonfire, maybe you can introduce this idea to your friends, or if you're at a bonfire in the US, you will definitely see people eating s'mores. Please try it for my sake. I hope you'll love it. All right, now it's time for the song you have been waiting for. It is dun da 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 dun da 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 da. Do you know this song?
Never heard it.
This song is Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And I included this here because there's a funny little story I wanted to share with you.
Before professional baseball games, okay. Yeah, to be honest, I mean, I know the basic rules of baseball, I think. I don't know how many innings there are or something like this, but I have never watched one baseball game in my life. Sorry. You know, it's not at all a sport here in Germany or in Europe.
One of my friends, you might follow his YouTube channel. His name's Jack. He has a YouTube channel called To Fluency, and he's from the UK, but he's married to an American. And he told me that one time they were playing a game with some Americans, and the game was that you had to hum a song and your partner had to guess what it was. So his wife drew a card and it said, hum Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And she's like, all right, this is a good song. It's easy. He'll understand it immediately. So she started to hum. And he just looked at her like, what? I've never heard that in my life.
Yeah.
So obviously that was not a good moment in their game for them, maybe a little funny. But because of this, I realized, oh, maybe this song isn't quite so well known internationally, but it is a staple of American culture because baseball is extremely common, and this song is sung before every baseball game. So if you've ever been to any kind of big baseball game in the US, you've definitely heard this song, and if you memorize the lyrics, you'll be able to sing along and cheer with everyone. It's a great moment to kind of have that group feeling of excitement before a game. So make sure you check out Take Me Out to the Ball Game. You can search on YouTube and see some clips of crowds of people at baseball games singing this song. Quite fun and very American.
Oh, that's great. Love it. Oh, that's so cool.
Our final very American thing today also has to do with baseball. What if I said to you, your speech was awesome. You knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, you totally nailed it. Come on. I have so many American commentators, so I know this. Yeah.
Did you give a speech about baseball?
Tell me in the comments how many did I get right, because I don't know anymore. I think I got maybe 2 to 3 wrong, right? But the rest I think I got right. I don't know how many there are. Probably like 10.
Playing baseball. No, this just means it was amazing. You did even better than expected. You knocked it out of the park. Here we have the image of someone playing baseball. He's got a baseball bat, someone's pitching him the ball, and he hits it. He doesn't just hit it into the outfield. That's where someone can catch it. He hits it beyond the field, out of the park. And this means it's a home run. No one can catch it, and it's great for his team. Everyone can get to home base, and they might get a lot of points. So here, knocking it out of the park is a great thing. In baseball, and in life. So if you do something really awesome, better than
I mean, don't knock anybody else out of the park, because then you get maybe a police charge, but I think, yeah, it's a great thing.
expected, you can use this expression. Oh man, I can't believe it, but I talked to someone in English the other day and I think I knocked it out of the park. I explained myself exactly the way I wanted. I did it and they understood me. Congratulations. You know.
Tell me if I do it always. I hope so, at least. But yeah, now I think I know American culture better, and I know why is American culture so unique. And thanks all to Vanessa, it was, right? With Vanessa. Sorry, I'm so bad with names. Yeah, thank you so much to Vanessa about this. There are quite a lot of things. I mean, this was just language, right? And it's not even American, it's of course English. But I think behind those phrases, I would say, are always a lot of culture with the US. You know, we learned so much about this guy with the signature. We learned so much about how important some sports are, like baseball. So I really got a very, very good look into the US better. And also, of course, you know, language has always a reason why it develops this way it does. So there's always some very good truth behind it. And I hope you enjoyed it as well. And we see each other in the next video. Until then, keep liking and subscribing, and bye!